Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. It's been a busy morning already. Dishes are done, and my list is ready for today. Today, I will be setting eggs. I chose 22 eggs to put into my incubator. You will see that some of them have an X on them. Those are Ross Group's eggs, all of my yearlings. Now in Tut's group, there are some yearlings in there, but I also have Sapphire Gems, Normoran, Australorp, and I might have a couple Barred Rock in there as well. So when the 10 hatch, I'll probably separate those just long enough so I can know who they are. I also put Cider's eggs in with those 10 because Cider is like the perfect chicken. Now, something else is I wish I would have known which ones were um, PJ Pajama Bottoms because she has that fantastic feathering. She is the one who was in the video yesterday that has like I want to say it's like a laced feather, almost like kind of like a Wyandotte, but not quite. But she does have that lacing on her feather. Um, she had a sister that also had that feathering, but where she's black, she was brown, and she was beautiful. That was BB, and BB was such a good bird. When PJ got hurt, I think she was jumping off of something and she hurt her leg really bad, and she was really slow. BB was like right with her the whole time, and as she was healing last spring, that's when we had the fox attacks and they got BB. I am assuming that it was after one of them, but BB was the one that went, and PJ got back to the barn in time to get away from the fox. So she has been traumatized by that. And so she's not been the same since her sister got foxed, I guess is what you would say. So, anyway, we're going to hatch up 22 eggs. We're going to start them today. Incubator's ready. I'm trying to get my humidity up, make sure everything's working right. I want to make sure everything. But my cat Thor, when I got the incubator out, he just looked at me in pure horror, like, are you kidding me? So he has 22 days before he's evicted out of the bathroom basket. And then that's where my brooder will go for a little while until I get him up into the brooder barn. So 22 eggs. We're going to watch them, see how they do. I'm pretty excited. Now, a lot of people ask, what kind of incubator do you recommend? Well, obviously, if I was going to do like large scale, I would get one of the cabinet type. I just think those are really cool. I've always wanted one of those, so that way, you can start different trays at different times and just super cool. But I like my Nurture incubator over my styrofoam one. My styrofoam one is really nice. It has a lot more capacity to it, but I don't like the humidity. I can't I can't get the humidity down to the percentage that I want it to be at hatching, or raise it a little bit, or not have it. I can't control the humidity on it. And that could just be me and operator error, and I'm used to having something that tells me what's going on. But the Nurture, I can keep the humidity where I need it in the 50s while they're working, and then in the 70s when they start hatching, so that way it doesn't dry out while they're turning in the egg. So I really think that the styrofoam one, I was getting way too humid and I was having issues because my hatch rate wasn't as good as it is with the Nurture incubator. Now, something I don't like about the Nurture incubator are the lids. Trying to get that lid to sit on is sometimes it's really nerve wracking when I'm trying to move one that's coming out of the egg into my dryer, and I've got to try to finagle this, and I don't like them. Sometimes I even have my husband come in and, like pick it up so that I can grab it before it flops out, or I can kind of finagle my stuff around. But when I'm putting, I have two Nurtures and I use one as a dryer and I should have said that, but I do use one of my incubators as a dryer. So when I get the chicken and it's coming out of the egg, the chick, I put it into that drying incubator. So number one, it's not bouncing off of other eggs that are trying to hatch. Or if it dries up, or if it dries a little bit, it's not going to go pecking at the chicks that are trying to come out that are exhausted. I don't want anyone to be stressed, especially me. So I do that just to make certain that everything is okay. I can look at them, all of their organs are on the inside of their body instead of having maybe something really horrible. So I like my nurtures for hatching more than I do the styrofoam, but I don't like the lids. I really wish there was a lift hatch instead of the whole top coming off. So maybe I'm just not looking at the right incubators, but probably next year I will upgrade to another type of incubator and try to find something that I really like. Now that I know that I don't like the styrofoam for the humidity and I don't like the nurtures tops. Other than that, the nurtures are perfect. Now, this year they're running at Tractor Supply for $179.99. I think I got mine when they were $139 or even cheaper than that. I know my styrofoam one, I got it on clearance at another feed store that went out of business a couple years ago. So my mother sent me one. My neighbor's been using that one. So, you know, it's just, it is what it is. Now, if I had a chicken group and say I only wanted to hatch out a few chicks a year, and that person only wanted to hatch out a few chicks a year, and you're really close and you don't have an issue with any kind of animosity from anything, I would almost recommend going in as a community to buy, an incubator that can be sent to each house. Say you only wanted to do 22 and then they wanted to do 20. You know, I mean, obviously you guys couldn't hatch at the same time, but there would be no reason why you couldn't just share an incubator amongst a family or a village. Um, that's what I think. I think that would be the best way to keep the price down, but get a good product. So a lot of people do Amazon and order stuff. I try not to. So today we're setting the eggs. I'm also going to be making meatloafs today. I'm going to make two individual meatloafs. I've got some russet potatoes that need to be cooked up, so we're going to do mashed potatoes. I've got a bunch of asparagus we need to cook, so I'm going to do asparagus. I'm also going to do some zucchini, onion, and peppers. Um, I'm cooking up chicken legs for Thor, and I'm also going to be making pancakes and sausage and maybe some eggs for brunch today. It's Sunday. We're going to have brunch. I need to collect all the bowls and feeders outside, get them all together because Solomon has destroyed everything again. So that needs to be done. I need to move all of my planters and fencing stuff down here behind the house because that's where my little garden's going to be this year. I let that soil rest last year and just let the chickens work on it, and I composted in there, and it was horrible with the flies. But this year, that's where I'm going to be planting, and that ground is perfect. My chickens are going to hate me because I'm going to fence them out of it. So that's been their spot for a couple of years now. And guess what? It's my spot again this year. So they're going to have to just go somewhere else, which will be easier said than done. So big day today, lots to do. I need to get on this. I need to get, I'm hungry. I've been up since about 3 o'clock, 3:30, something like that. And Thor or Solomon got to run for several hours and he's already had breakfast, which yesterday I made salmon dog food for him. His dog food yesterday was salmon, broccoli, spinach, green beans, and elbow macaroni. And I also added coconut oil to it just to kind of help out his skin as we get ready to start using some flea treatments on him. I got to do that today as well. I need to get his drops on him and both the girls. So big day today, even though it's Sunday, it's egg setting day. Woohoo! I am thrilled. I was gonna wait, but I was like, you know what? I'm only gonna do one incubator worth, and I can only have 22 eggs. Well, I wanted to divide it up as close to perfect from what I want. Now, the whole thing is about hatching your own eggs, though. How many will hatch? Normally, there's a really good success rate with this nurture, but how many are going to be roosters? How many do you think? Put it down below. Out of 22 eggs, how many do you think will be roosters? We'll go back to this video when they all hatch and we find out what we have, which will be a little while, but we'll see if you're right. I'm going to say 4. And so now it's documented. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I gotta go set eggs. Bye.